Hello, twat waffles and twat waffleettes. Yes, I just
Ooh.
made a new word. No, you can't judge me for it in the comments. I'm Esper,
I am Elvish. Hello.
and before we get started, um, very big, very massive disclaimer. If you read the books that we talk about, or when we talk about them, it entices you to read the book, please, I'm begging that you read this book before you finish this video.
Yes.
Don't ask questions. Don't
Before
be
you
like,
even go to after this disclaimer, you read it before then because we always give the summary and we always spoil everything. You have to
mm-hmm.
stop now and go read the book. It is so worth it.
Yes. Yes. And I know a lot of you are going to say, but watching I'll talk about it makes me interested in it. Well, I'm telling you right now, this shit is interesting. Go read it.
Yeah,
If you're
Chad.
not going to listen to me, I do not want to hear in the comments, oh, I should have read the book before I watched it. I know. I told you. I have told you. I have said it. Do not make me say, I told you so. Because I will, very loudly. But anyways, let's get into it.
This is Violet, by the way. Hi, Violet.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to introduce her. I flipped the table last episode. We're not on good terms right now. She's mad at me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
She's looking at me now. Do I really have to sit next to this
Yeah,
cat
you do,
human?
and you're gonna like it.
It's okay. She's moody sometimes. She kind of just forgets that she's even owned, so she thinks that she owns us. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, my sweet, merciful heaven. This book is Phantismo. It is. Listen. This book.
Linda, are you listening? You better be.
This book. It is so good. Now, it is very short, I will say. I don't think if it was longer, it would have been as good as what it was, but I loved it so much, I wish it was longer. I don't care. Give me another 20 chapters. I am so good. I would read it all. I would eat it up like it was nothing. But today we are discussing Deadly Occupants by Mads Rafferty. I'm going to be real with you. I don't know anything about this author. I did see that she did a fantasy trilogy, but besides that, I don't think she's really written that much. So excuse me if I misspeak, but I think this might be her very first thriller, which just piques my interest even more. It's so good. Okay. Listen, Terry, Steve, Chad, Karen, I told y'all. We told you to go read the book before you listen. Mark my words, because I'm about to do the summary, and if you cry to me saying that you got spoiled, it's not my fault. I'm not your mama.
Also, this isn't your first time here. What do you mean you got spoiled and you're surprised? Come on now.
It's literally in the name. Do better. No. Okay. Well, congrats for everyone reading the book who is here. But yeah, we follow a group of 4 friends, which is absolutely phenomenal. It kind of gave very much Pretty Little Liar vibes, kind of, in my opinion, so I liked that. But we mainly follow our main character, Blair. We also have Phoebe, Violet. I don't know if it's Evie or Evie. I called her Evie.
Same.
So, we also have a male main character, Xavier, or Xavier, depending on how fancy you are. Xavier if your pinky is up, Xavier if you don't make that much. For your pinky to be up, me.
Did you just call him poor?
Hey, you can be poor and have your pinky up.
Did you not just say if you don't make that much?
Yeah, but Xavier is $500K a month.
Poor.
Oh, well, I am too, so it's fine.
Same. So, I'm just saying maybe they'll take offense. Who knows?
No, I mean, we're not their moms.
Very valid.
Oh,
I'm the
okay.
cool aunt.
You know what?
I'll let you know.
No. You know what? No. You started it. You know what?
What?
We'll get into the thingy in just a second. The summary. Did
Where do I
you
start?
know? Did you
Probably not.
know?
I'm being real with you. Probably not.
Did you know that apparently, if you share your reading wrap ups and say like you read X amount of books, it's now considered offensive and harmful?
Yeah. Don't tell me that you read 30 books in a month because I'm slacking. Don't shame me like that. I don't want to be shamed. That's rude.
Like,
Didn't consider it. Just kidding. I don't know. People
I don't.
people are very sensitive.
Yeah, there's a video on TikTok going around right now. This woman is like, "Oh my god, bookish hot takes," and she's just like, "Yeah, like it's so harmful because if I only read one book a month, or if someone reads one book a month, you're telling them that you're better than them. No, bitch. I'm telling you that I am bored. I have semi no life, and I enjoy reading books.
Yeah, I got
I mean,
hours and hours of time on my hands. Like, I'm sorry, girl.
like literally,
Shit.
like I know
I
I've
don't
said
have
it.
4 friends. I have one friend. And we meet once a week. So,
And
I got time.
that's what I'm saying too. It's like I work by myself. I work 5, 6 days a week by myself, 8 hours a day. And besides helping like customers, I have nothing better to do. So I'm gonna listen to an audiobook or read my Kindle. Like the fuck? All I'm saying, bro, stop being so fucking sensitive. Like, oh my god, it's draining. It is so draining to literally have to like stop and think about every little pissant thing that comes out of your mouth because I cannot say hello to you without offending your bloodline and the next. Like, it's so exhausting. Get over it. Get over it. If someone
We
reads an
should.
extra book, it's not going to break your arm. It's not going to send you to the hospital. It's not
It might.
going, like, get over it.
They might have a heart attack.
God, that is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. She probably has to have her handheld going through the grocery store because it's too overwhelming.
Don't say stuff like that because I don't like going grocery shopping by myself.
Neither do I, but at least we don't have to have our hands held. We can go as a group.
I mean, a little hand holding is nice.
Good for you, anything.
Yay. Okay, I feel better. We should put that in our, what is it? In the about me. We offend bloodlines here.
I will try and make that change.
That'd be awesome.
But anyway, now that I've gone on my tangent and now I'm upsetty spaghetti, so okay, so Evie ends up making a Halloween tour at a haunted house for her and her friends. Obviously, you know, she's very much, I love horror movies and I love everything haunted and spoopy. Her friends, not so much. So they end up going through the haunted house. It's not at all what it seems. Blair ends up getting spooked a little bit too much. She ends up actually getting hurt. They end up going home. Blair is now completely fucked in the head. You know, she's not really feeling it. She's hearing things, seeing things, all of the things. They. I actually just realized I wrote the wrong name on my notes. That's actually weird.
Oh. What'd you write?
I wrote that Blair and Phoebe went into the attic, but it was Blair and Evie.
Oh, I think you said Phoebe because it was originally going to be Phoebe.
Yeah, I think I did, but Evie ended up going instead.
Mm-hmm.
But Phoebe ends up forgetting her assignments at home. I don't know if I said it, but all 4 friends end up living together. It was actually pretty cool. I can't for the life of me remember right now, but one of the moms was a real estate agent, so they ended up getting the listing before it went on the market. so that all the girls can live near the campus. So they all live together. But Phoebe ends up forgetting her assignment at home, so Blair decides to be the bestest of besties and takes her homework to school. It is locked, so she has to unfortunately wait until class opens or like it ends and the door opens, whatever. To which we meet weird guy Xavier. He is cinnamon roll. Xavier is the captain of the hockey team. He's a law major. He comes from old money, and he is an absolute phenomenal cinnamon roll. If I could pinch his cheeks, I fucking would. He promises to drop Phoebe's assignments into the professor's stack if Blair agrees to go on a date. Obviously, she does agree, and they end up going on their first date. They end up watching Scream, which I know that's kind of weird, but it is important to the story. Not only do they end up watching Scream, they end up watching my favorite Scream, which is phenomenal. I love that. But then the power goes out, all 13 candles, they go out, the TV goes off, whatever. They end up all going down to the basement to try and like turn on the breaker, and then weird shit starts happening. Weird creepy ghost thing is there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Blair's car ends up, like, the battery ends up dying, I guess. At this point in the book, Phoebe is very in denial about everything. Anytime the power goes out, anytime they leave a room, turn everything off, come back, the lights on, and or vice versa, they leave the light on, come back, the lights off, they always chalk it up to a wiring fail. So that's kind of what we're at right now. She thinks that the wiring just fucked up in her car, so she ends up having to go everywhere with Xavier, which leads us to very first date number 1. We do learn that Blair and Xavier both have history in figure skating, which is actually pretty cool. That date was the cutest little thing in the entire world. I loved it. Over the course of the next, I would say, like, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, things start coming up missing. We have a missing mug, we have missing pizza, we even have random food, like they come home from the diner, they never came home with any takeout containers, and yet the next morning or a few hours later, whichever, there's a shit ton of empty or like rotting containers from the diner that they were at. So just like weird stuff keeps happening. There's even a record from the record player that I think Evie's father gave them to her, but inside is a record that he would have never owned, and it's like demonic, like screeches in a way. More creepy shit goes down. Xavier and Blair go on a few more dates. We then have a little aggression with said ghost. He ends up hurting Phoebe, hospitalizing her for an entire week, and then Blair ends up doing full body exorcist in the air, being choked type thing. We do find out that both of Blair's parents and her sister has unfortunately passed. Blair's parents passed from a car ride, while her sister passed from, I guess, attempted unaliving, personal unaliving, because cannot say the S word here, and which we now think that it might have been murder, rather than the attempted self-unalive. And we go kind of through her journal, try and figure shit out. Longest story short, we do find out that she was being stalked. Everything that happened to them is happening to her. They end up having to get a Ouija board, they get sage, all that good stuff to try and get out the demonic spirit and to also talk to said demonic spirit. And we find out that they end up speaking to Isabella, her sister, and she kind of gives them a little hint on how to find what they're finding or like looking for. So they end up going and looking deeper, and they do end up finding the person that stalked and murdered her, which ends up, drumroll please, literally turn the video off right now if you have not read the book yet.
Oh my god, do it so fast. So fast. I'll give
Literally,
you 5 seconds. I'll
I've
count
never
for you.
paused before, like literally.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you gotta be gone. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So we end up finding out that Isabella did not, in fact, self-unalive. She was murdered by her stalker, which ended up being Xavier.
Le
Um,
gasp.
right? I gasped. So I did the audible gasp. Um, he did the whole, if you've ever seen the movie The Boy, he literally lived in the walls and like came and went as he pleased. He was the reason for like all the missing shit and whatever. Um, he ends up hurting all three of the friends. Ends up attempting to kidnap and kill Blair. She eventually kills him in the process. Now, let's take a tiny step back. They ended up moving to a new house. But if you remember, I was just talking about the Ouija board. They never actually said goodbye on the Ouija board, so they left the gate open. So we move into the new house. As soon as they get there, more creepy shit starts happening, and you're like, what the fuck? Find out they didn't say goodbye. Guess who's now haunting them? Xavier. Mic drop. Boom, you're done.
Boom, you're done. Indeed.
When I tell you, I gasped so loud, it wasn't even funny.
Oh my, I was kind of. And I'm gonna say this, and there's so many people are gonna be like, no, you didn't. You're just saying that. But I kind of figured that some of it was him.
You know, I kind of had that idea as well, but what was his name? Garrett? Phoebe's boyfriend?
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was like a little bit more Garrett. Because they kept mentioning Scream over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And so if you remember the original Scream, it was the boyfriend.
It was.
So I thought it was more so kind of Garrett because he was more along the lines of like Xavier was more like the okay, you know, this might actually be happening. Let me just stay with you, make sure nothing bad happens, whatever. But Garrett was more along the lines of, no, yeah, y'all are fucking crazy, but I'll say anyway.
The only reason why I thought it was Xavier is because when they go, what is it, the second date? Might be the first date. But he tells her, I cornered Phoebe and asked her what all your favorite things were. Little backstory, Phoebe and Blair have been friends since they were in diapers.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a friend that I knew, not since we were in diapers, but since elementary school. And anytime we were interested in someone and they came to us, the other person obviously, and asked, oh, what is their favorite thing? We would immediately go, hey, guess who just asked what your favorite things were?
Right. I never thought of that.
So the fact that, one, she never asked Phoebe about it, which is a little weird to me because I would definitely be asking. And two, Phoebe never brought it up. I was like, no. This man, no. No, 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 no.
But then at the same time, there was just so much
He was too
weird
perfect.
shit going. Yeah, he was. There was just too much weird shit going on. Like at that point, you know, they weren't getting much sleep. They were kind of now bickering at one another because of the delusion and the deliria going around. But like, I don't know. I probably would have forgotten as well, to be real with you.
That is very fair. Very understandable. The only reason why it didn't solidify in my head that it was him, obviously, I was like, is it him? Is it Garrett? Is it the ghost? Is because of the two little kids that they all see.
Oh my god, yes.
That throw rocks at Blair's window, and then her and Evie have like a cute little time making them think that they're scaring them, and then obviously Evie scares them off. But she goes door to door and asks for babysitting jobs, and everyone is adamant that they don't have children, and the one neighbor that would even possibly have any children or grandchildren was like, they haven't visited for months.
Right. Like,
So
there's not a
that,
single kid there at all.
yeah. So that's when my brain was like, okay, so maybe there is actually a ghost here, and it's not like a flesh and blood human person being a dickhead. And then Xavier had cameras installed, and he had the feed on his phone. I was like, nah, no, I don't trust you. Because I can understand putting cameras in your girlfriend's house and being like, here's how you access it. But having it on your phone, for what reason? You don't live there. And you trust your girlfriend implicitly, anyways, as you've proved several times over. So why do you need it on your phone?
Which, I mean, the
Like,
only reason why I would argue that is because we have cameras here, but his grandparents have access to it. But then they're family.
yeah. But see, you could even argue he's the boyfriend, but Garrett didn't have access to the cameras. And he's been with Phoebe since they were in like high school, middle school, some shit.
I think that is middle school, yeah. I actually
So
didn't think about that. Yeah.
So if anybody should have it, it should be Garrett, because all of the girls know Garrett. They're friends with Garrett. He's even invited to their little diner meetups. He's a part of Girl Time, so he definitely should be having access to those cameras. Xavier came into the picture like 2 weeks ago. Man should not have access to what's going on in your house. That's
You
creepy.
know, whenever they said that he was going to have access to it too, I read that, I processed it, but then I didn't fully like remember it. So that, yeah, that right there should have been the red flag.
Yeah.
I
But anyways, we're getting
do.
ahead of ourselves. We can't be skipping.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, shit.
Not with this book. This book, oh, it's too good to skip. You
It's
can't
so
skip.
good. Well, so okay, like a side thing. I actually really liked Garrett. I'm kind of sad that he wasn't in the book a little bit more, and I understand the book was more about like the four friends, but I do kind of wish we got a little bit more Garrett. I really liked his character. He didn't really have
He was
much
so
character development,
sweet.
but I liked him. Yeah.
Yeah, he seemed to actually care about all of the girls. Like, obviously, he cared about Phoebe more. But the way that he showed so much care for Blair, because most of the stuff was happening to Blair, but the way that he showed so much care and he had so much understanding for what she was going through was so sweet. And how he
Yeah.
always made sure to interact with all the girls, and it was just so heartwarming to see, even though he's only there for a total of like 2 pages, 3 maybe.
Yeah. I really did like him. I don't think that it would ever give enough. I don't think there's enough information left over to ever have a second book, but if there is ever a second book, I would like to have him more in it.
What do you mean there's not enough information?
I mean, all we're gonna
Girl,
get is more
it was
like
a cliffhanger.
Yeah, but it's just gonna be
Because
more Xavier.
I don't know, because they actually questioned whether there was actually a ghost or not.
That is
Because if
true.
you're, and here I go skipping, but anyways, but if you remember, Xavier and Garrett are sleeping over, and there's thumping happening, and they're running towards Blair's room, and Xavier picks her up, puts her in the bathroom to keep her safe, and the door swings open by itself, and he seems very shocked by it.
Right.
So it couldn't have been him. He was shocked, he was scared, like there was a lot of stuff going on. And those little kids, where did those little kids come from? And the scrapes on her stomach, like the slashes on her stomach, even Xavier himself, when he admits to everything that he has done, he says that he followed them to the haunted house, but he didn't go into the house.
Right, and that's kind of
And
what I want to know. I want to know what's
yeah,
happening with like the poltergeist because there has to be something going on there.
yeah, and he didn't even comment about the slashes on her stomach because they never do any hanky panky. So he always says, we got to stop feeding like this, with your stomach ache. But he never says because you have these scars on your stomach, or where did these scars on your stomach come from. They never come up, which leads me to believe he didn't know about them.
Well, and then to add on to what you're saying too, if you remember, he confessed to putting drugs in their coffee and making the coffee for them every morning, and they never once said or like even questioned who made their coffee. But then the toxicology report, like at the end, like when they're in the hospital, no one had drugs in their system at all. So
Yeah, it was just elevated B12 or something.
yeah, so they're over here thinking, okay, well, you know what? He agreed and he like confessed to drugging us all. That easily explains all of the weird shit going on in the house. Turns out they weren't even drugged, so now I'm wondering what's actually happening. But that's also part of the reason why I didn't suspect Xander. Xavier. Um,
Just give him a new name. It's fine.
it's fine. Um, that's part of the reason why I didn't suspect him because I ended up reading my best friend's exorcism. Um, Loved that book, by the way. If y'all haven't read that, go read that. It's really good. Um, and it kind of just reminded me like there might have been like I was kind of under the impression that maybe Blair was gonna need an exorcism or one of the friends and they would have to call someone in. I never expected it was like literally someone living in the walls.
Yeah, especially since when they went to the haunted house, Blair. Okay, so it's fade to black, and we don't get any information until way later in the book. But it's insinuated that the ghost showed Blair something. So how would he have been able to pretend that? Especially with Evie's phone going out, the light not working. You know, that just seems like a lot of
Right.
too much effort. Especially since he confesses to literally everything. He was like, "Yeah, it's me. I'm not hiding it from you." But he doesn't confess to going inside the house or messing with them when they're inside the house. He just says, "Y'all going to this house and running out so spooked gave me the idea."
Yeah. Which I mean, that kind of even brings it up. Like maybe I didn't process it, like because I actually finished the book this morning. I've been helping with like building a website all weekend, and like when the boyfriend says he needs help, I drop everything and I help. So I actually finished it this morning, and maybe I didn't have enough time to process it or anything, but I'm still kind of confused on why they kept bringing up information about the old original family members in like the 1930s. They were murdered in the house. I guess we ended up finding out that it was most likely the uncle that ended up killing everyone and then offed himself in the end. And that's why said house is haunted. But then it never went any further than that. It just kept saying, "Do you remember this guy, the little kid in the attic?" But then it never continued on and gave you any information. It just kept reminding you of his name and that he was the boy in the attic, and then that was it.
Well, to be fair, um, what is her name? Sally, fucking cunt ass whore. Wow, that was aggressive. Oh, I'm not apologizing for it. Anyways,
The tour
Sally.
guide, by the way.
Yes, the tour guide, the one that was there with them while they were at the haunted house.
That was so aggressive.
It was. Oh my god. I will explain to you guys why.
I just like that. Wow.
Yeah, my brain caught up with what my mouth was saying. It was like, oh no, whoa, you didn't run this by me. But she does end up telling them that the police department in that town wove a bunch of fictitious stories around the house because they were tired of amateur sleuths going and trying to figure out the mystery. So they like didn't let a lot of information out about it, and the information that was there, Violet had to have her sketchy hacker friend get the information for them, and all that was in there was when it happened, who was killed, and the little boy in the attic. So they didn't have a lot of information to go off of at all. So there was
Right.
nothing to build on because they don't get this information until the night that they do the seance, not the ritual. Oh my god, the seance. And that is also the same night that Xavier decides to drop the mask and become Mr. Psycho Crazy. So they really didn't have any time to research, you know? Which is
Well,
why
I
I think
think
a second book would be good.
right, because that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like they mentioned it enough in the book to where it's like important information, but the information went absolutely nowhere. Like you could have gone without like I could have finished the book without knowing what happened. I mean, it would have sucked not knowing what happened, but there wasn't enough information to back up why it was even important or like relevant in the first place besides the fact that we just get clarity. But then at the very end, if you remember when Xavier finally comes forward like I am the bad guy, blah blah blah. Um he even re-mentions the kid in the attic. For what reason?
He does. He does. He does. I do think that the kid in the attic is mentioned so much. And this is my own, like,
I wonder if it's his
theory.
grandfather. The kid?
No, because he dies.
Oh, the kid does.
That kid
Yeah.
dies from dehydration, remember? On the way to
Yeah,
the
that's
hospital or
true.
at the hospital or something.
Oh, yeah, on the way to the hospital. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think that the author decided to keep mentioning this little boy because if you're reading the book and as you're reading it, you're thinking, ah, paranormal. And then we get answers. And yes, there's a little bit of paranormal, but you get the answers and you realize, wait, this is more of just like a mystery thriller, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the author kept mentioning this little boy to remind you, yes, right now, in this moment, it is flesh and blood and real life. However, the four girls did see a little boy and a little girl that exist nowhere. And in that house, the husband and the wife died. The oldest daughter died, and there was also a 6-year old little girl and that little boy. So, you know, logically, it dictates that the little boy and the little girl would always hang around each other since they're so close in age.
Right.
So I think she was trying to continually keep in your head that yes, it is turning into a mystery thriller, but do not forget it is still paranormal and we haven't figured that out yet. We haven't figured out what has been haunting them or why, and why it even helped Blair to begin with. Because I see it as help. Yes, she did get injured, but the vision that this ghost gave her was like literally the last puzzle piece in the puzzle to help them put everything together. Does it take them 20 years to get to the answer? Yes. But they still get there with the help of said vision.
Which I'm actually wondering who the ghost is because the entire time they talk about like the ghost, it's always heavy and dark and everything. And the end, whenever Isabella comes in, it's very light, airy,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know? I
Soft. I think they say
so
soft.
yeah. So it's like I wonder who they were encountering the entire time. The one that kept slashing Blair, the one that hurt Phoebe, the one that hurt Blair at the end. Like not end, like the kind of middle-ish. Like I wonder who, and that's just me as a reader. I wonder who they were encountering. Maybe the
Honestly,
uncle.
yeah, I'm banking on the uncle because when they read more of the information and trigger warning, guys, they find out that he schmexually assaulted the mother who lived in that house, um, the haunted house, and also the daughter because the daughter looked so much like the mother. Actually, I think it mentions that he was schmexually assaulting the daughter before he killed everybody, but that could just be me misremembering.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right on that.
So, my thought process is, like attracts like, you know? Just like Xavier's dad is just like him. He did the same thing to Xavier's mom. Xavier did it to Isabel and tried to do it to Blair. So I'm thinking the uncle recognized that there was somebody out there living, breathing that was like him and wanted to play around with the victim. So he attached himself to Blair because Blair was the object of Xavier's obsession. And because sick people like that like to make you so scared of what is about to happen that they'll literally tell you the entire thing because they get off on your fear,
Yeah.
right? They get off seeing that they hold that power over you. So I'm thinking he showed her what happened to her sister, what truly happened to her sister, and then told her, "You're next, Blair," because he wanted to feel that rush again. He wanted to feel like he was in control, and he wanted to feel the way that he felt when he was still alive. And then, he just went home with her to watch it all unfold. Because Phoebe even says, and we'll talk about Phoebe later. I have some words for her.
All my notes say is Phoebe is fucking, underlined it twice, by the way. Phoebe is fucking annoying. 2 exclamation points.
I put, Phoebe, I need you to get with the program. Come up to speed, girly. But Phoebe even tells Blair that she had a vision, and I don't remember if it was before, I think it was after they went to the haunted house, but she had a vision of everything, or a dream, I'm sorry, of everything that they went through, even the conversation that they were having, and she knew how it ended. So I honestly think that the uncle was there and he was participating in Xavier's game because they're the same, and he wanted to experience that rush again, and Xavier was his way of getting it, because where else would you find somebody as sick and twisted as you? Like, seriously. He saw his chance and he took it. And the only reason why they didn't figure it out was, well, because Isabella, bless her heart, not in the ugly southern way, in like the serious, she's a sweetheart. Okay, I had to specify that. But she helps them in their little seance.
She does, and it's so fun.
It's so cute.
Because okay, in this time, Blair doesn't really want to discuss anything about her sister. I think even in the book she said she didn't even tell Phoebe what really happened to her sister, but she ended up confiding in Xavier and told him everything. This is before we know that Xavier is the guy. And so she ends up starting to read her sister's journal. She gets kind of like an itching to be brave, so she decides to open the journal. That's when she does find out that she has been stalked this entire time. And it's insane to think about too, because there are photos in the box with everything. She's picked up the photos multiple times, but there are so many photos to where at the end they actually had to split it up between all 4 friends to go through it faster. The answer was right there the entire time. And finally she continued to read. I think Phoebe was actually the one that, or it was either Phoebe or Violet. They were the one to read it. But whenever we found the picture of Isabella and Xavier, like her kissing him on the cheek, they finally read the entry of her diary, journal, whatever, and she flat out came out and said that it was Xavier.
I think it was Violet.
I think
because
it was Violet.
Evie is the one that found the picture.
Right.
And Phoebe was the one that pushed Evie to show Blair the picture, because Evie didn't want to show it to Blair for the longest time.
And I was kind of upset because I'm like, bro, just show her the picture, but I understand why she didn't want to. After knowing the contents of the photo, I probably wouldn't either.
Yeah, like you want to protect your friend, you know what I mean? Like, that's even as a reader, finding out
Oh my
what
god.
was on that picture, I was like, no.
Right. I audibly gasped. It was insane. But this isn't really too much to talk about on this, but like I kind of wanted to discuss as well. She ends up luckily getting her professor fired, which is
Oh
phenomenal.
yeah.
Her professor, I think was it Professor Emerson? I think
Yeah.
is his name. Oh my god, what a fucking sleaze this guy is. Like, literally.
Oh gosh, yes.
Oh my god, and like he keeps emailing her. The email first, like, hey, like, let's do an appointment like tomorrow morning or whatever, before class. And I'm like, okay, very professional. I like it. And then another email, hey, so this happened. I'm like, okay, that probably should not have been an email. Like, you could have just told me that on the way out of like the lecture. And then another email came. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, there's something weird. And at this time, she's walking past or she's leaving or whatever, and she sees another girl in there crying. So she's like, okay, well, you know what? That's kind of awkward. I'll come back later. So he emails her and he's like, yeah, so like, you fully plagiarize this. You are going to fail. And she's like, bro, I swear to you, like, I did not plagiarize this. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. He decides to basically say, oh, well, I'll just forgive it all and I'll pass you if you make it worth my while.
Yeah, that part wasn't an email, by the way, guys. That she had to go to his office, which is what makes it even fucking worse.
Yeah,
like if it was in an email,
God.
I would have been like, "Ugh," and then move on.
No, yeah, he like comes around his desk, like, as
And
they're
then the
talking,
way he widens
yeah.
his legs.
Oh my god. And like touches her knee. Oh, and then I think it was like a week before that, he like thanks her for like such a good job or whatever, and like starts caressing her lower back, and I'm just like, ew.
Yeah, that's because I think before that he had only sent like one email to her talking about if you have any questions about the thing, and I was like, oh my goodness,
like,
what a caring professor.
Right.
10 out of 10. I don't know why the author included this.
Right.
But thanks for showing us she has a caring professor, I suppose.
Right. And then, we end up finding out going through Isabella's journal entries that he was a sleazy professor to her too. Like, he easily did the exact same thing to her too. So not only did he do it to both sisters, but he had done it to, I think they said, dozens of other women stepped forward and ended up getting him fired. But I'm just like, ugh, that's so... Oh. But then, wait,
so gross.
I'm sorry though, like, at the beginning, I wrote this in my notes because I wrote it as soon as I read it. Like, and I like had my phone because I was reading it on the Kindle app on my phone. I had my phone and I was like checking back and forth to make sure I was writing the same thing. They were talking about their professor and Blair blushed at his name.
At whose name? Emerson?
Mm-hmm. They were talking about Professor Emerson. She blushed.
Yeah.
Hello?
That was weird.
Hello? I don't
even think they describe him as an attractive man either. To be honest, I don't remember if they describe him or not.
I don't remember if they described him.
But
Ew. Ew.
Yeah, it's just bad. Also, that seemed to be a recurring theme in the book. Not just with Blair and Isabel, but like the two people looking alike, because it also happened in the haunted house with the mom and the daughter that the uncle was gross with, because it says that they looked so similar as well. So I'm wondering if maybe that's something that she can expand on in the second book, if she makes a second book. Maybe
please make a second book.
I really want to know who this ghost is. Also, I want to know, because now that Xavier is dead, okay, so let's just think about this for a minute. If it is the uncle, then we have two psychos following Blair. But when two people are competing over anything. I'm not talking about mentally unstable people. I'm talking you can be mentally stable, you can be semi unstable, and you can be off your damn rocker. But when you're competing against somebody else who is like you for the same thing, there is bound to be some violence between you and your competitor.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So so I want to see if like if she does make a second book, if she plays off of that and makes it to where there's some little tiff that happens between Xavier and the uncle, or maybe they join together to terrorize Blair. Although I don't want to put that out in existence because she's been through a lot. So maybe she needs a break.
Oh my god, I even forgot about like super important details. Oh my
Do tell.
god. So like the entire book, they end up going over to like a neighbor's house and they had the cops come do a full sweep, and then this is when Xavier and Garrett end up staying the night. They even do
Yeah.
2 more additional sweeps, and the police are like, nothing's fucking happening. Like there's no one here. And then they call the police again. They do come by, do another sweep. This is like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later. I don't know. They never really tell time frames in the book, so I'm assuming everything in the book is like maybe a month and a half. So like
Yeah.
another week or 2 goes by, the police come by, they do another sweep, nothing. Finally, this is now at the point where the camera's already in the house. We do find out that, or they end up calling the cops. They end up waiting hours. I think like 3 or 4 hours. The cops never show up. This is where we now discover, like, okay, it's Xavier. He's the bad guy. We discover that his father is the sheriff of the police department. And he literally called his father and was like, it's just a prank. Don't go out there. And his father stopped the call from happening.
Honestly, I'm convinced the father knew
Oh, absolutely.
his son was doing some shit, because I think even Blair says that's why he got away with. Can we say the M word?
I mean, I've been saying it. Hopefully.
Okay. Have you? I don't know. I have the memory of a
The
goldfish.
M word unaliving?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying it.
Schmurder?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, so Blair even says that he probably got away with murdering her sister because his dad was the sheriff.
Oh,
And his
absolutely.
dad is the exact same way. She even says his dad killed Xavier's mother.
Numerous people as well. He would
Oh,
go
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah, that's right.
camping trips, and there were constantly people coming up missing, and he was involved in all of those. But then, it's never stated in the book, so this is just a theory. But even though Xavier, killed Isabella, and then went 2 years stalking from afar Blair to finally attempting murder on her and her friends, there's 2 years. You have a sociopath here. There are 2 years of just straight stalking. I am 99.9% sure he probably had other victims in that time.
Xavier?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't know.
And I'll tell you why. I personally, from the way that he talks about everything that he's done, the only reason why I think he didn't have any more victims is because he explicitly says that he saw Blair for the first time at Isabella's funeral. And he tells her he thought, oh, Isabella was the trial run. Here is my perfect girl. Here is my sunshine, talking about Blair.
That
So
is true.
just from like a psychological standpoint, someone who is that obsessed with their victim, they wouldn't take other victims, because then it wouldn't be fulfilling enough. So there's no point. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no reward for them. They get nothing out of it. And Xavier was looking for a wife, the perfect wife. He wasn't looking to kill just to kill. He was looking for someone to be with him.
Mainly a pet.
Yeah, because the only reason why he killed Isabella was because Isabella was like, dude, I don't want you. Go away. And he couldn't handle that rejection. The same thing happened with Blair. Blair was like, we're done. And then he went off the rails and showed his true colors. So I personally don't think he had any victims for that reason, because he was looking for something long term and lasting as opposed to a quick high and nothing else.
That
His
makes sense.
father, probably after he killed Xavier's mom, was looking for that quick high, you know?
No, that makes
Because I don't think
sense.
he wanted to marry anybody after that.
Well, I am down to keep discussing this book, but I'm too excited, so I need to hear ratings. I'm sorry. I'm too excited. This
Oh,
is like Christmas morning, and like I'm just like twirling my thumbs. I guess.
you go first. You go
Okay.
first. You go first.
All right. So
Don't keep me in suspense.
if I have to give, so we out of 5 stars. If I have to, if I have to, like if you're over here twisting my arm, this book is a 5 star. Now my true rating, this book is like a 12 star out of 5. I'm sorry, this book exceeded all of my expectations. It was quirky enough, it was funny, there was banter, there was love. Surprisingly, there was no spice whatsoever, and I only mention that because there are some books out there. Tessa Bailey, sorry. Yes, sorry.
Damn, name dropping? Ooh.
Sorry. There are some books out there where they make it as vulgar as humanly possible because there's no plot. And when a book is lacking plot wise, they kind of do more with the spiciness. And that's not always the case. Not always. But this book was so heavily entertaining and it kept me guessing. It kept me wondering what was next, obviously. I did guess the plot. Well, not correctly, but I did guess the plot a few times, and then the book was like, no, try again. It had relatable things with Dream. It had nice dateable moments on their dates. I literally loved every single moment of this book, and there's not too many books that I will just pick up and just read in one sitting. Like, obviously audiobooks are different, but like physically reading a book, I sometimes have to put it down and be like, okay, well, I'll come back to that in a moment. This one was like, no, like I'm gonna put it down for 2 seconds, stretch my eyes, that makes sense, and then pick it back up and continue reading.
I too stretch my eyes from time to time.
But no, this one, there's only one book rating wise above this one, but this is easily one of the best books I've read this year so far. And if you don't know, I'm about to actually start book 43 of the year. I had to put that in there because of don't say the numbers. But like with me now starting book 43 of the year so far, and it's only
April.
Oh shit. Okay, spoiler alert. Fuck. Shouldn't have said that. Spoiler alert. This is being recorded in advance, so by the time this video actually comes out, leave a comment, ask me what my book number is at that point, and then I will tell you the updated number. The updated number?
I was gonna say, girl, this comes out in April.
I know.
I think.
No, yeah, I think
no, I'm right.
Yeah, this
maybe.
This video comes out in April, so spoiler, it's not even March yet. So I'm probably gonna be on like book 60 or 70 at that point. So ask me in the comments. I will tell you. But yeah, so standard rating 5, my rating 12.
Ooh, so I would also give this book a 5. I don't know if I'd go to 12. If we were doing it out of 10, maybe I'd give it a 7. Okay, no, I'd give it an 8.
I mean,
for two reasons.
I'll take it.
Two reasons. I feel as though I would have given it a 12 personally, as you did, if, and only if, we had more about the haunted house.
Well, see, in the haunted house, that would have given it a 15. Like, if we're doing, like, out of a 15 rating, I got 12. So I agree. If we got more about the poltergeist demon, it would have been, like, a 15 star. And that's
Yes. Yes.
I agree.
But out of the normal rating that we do, I give it a 5. I loved one, that Blair loves Hawaiian pizza. Don't come for me in the comments. I don't give a fuck whether
Same.
you think pineapple goes on pizza. I don't give a fuck if you
Because
don't like
it does.
pineapple. And matter of fact, I will stick a cooked pineapple up your ass if you come in the comments talking about pineapple should it be warm. Shut up. Okay? Shut up. I don't care. I've heard all of the arguments and I still fucking eat it. So shut your mouth. Go sit in the corner with Chad. Okay? Y'all can become besties, but don't talk. No talking. Anyways, she loves pineapple pizza, and Evie. Oh, you're dying. What did I do? Let me drink water. What happened? What did I say?
Whenever you're like, no talk. Anyways, when you said anyways, I could just imagine you like flipping your hair. Anyways.
I did. I was like, moving on. Not important.
Oh my god.
But Evie is a girl after my own heart. She loves Halloween. Mind you, Halloween for me starts in September. And just in case you didn't know, that's my birthday month. So when we start videos in September, I better get birthday wishes. Thank you. If not, rude. Because now you know. If you don't watch this video,
wishes.
So see, we should have said birthday wishes.
Okay, so everyone go back to still beating the video before this and birthday wishes in the comments.
Yes.
Thank you.
Birthday wishes. Remind us to not look at the date that you post your comment. Just be like, birthday wishes. Pretend you didn't see this video and you just knew. Okay? The ghost told you. And I would listen. You'd be like, hey, the ghost told me it was your birthday, Elvish. Happy birthday. And I would believe you. I'd be like, shit. Those ghosts are so nice.
Right? I want nice ghosts. Blair needs to meet ghosts like that.
Oh my gosh, she does. Isabella needs to stick around for our girl Blair. But Evie loves Halloween. She believes that Halloween doesn't end until like mid-November. I believe Halloween doesn't end till Christmas. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Christmas Eve, then we can take down the Halloween decorations. All right? Then we can start talking about Christmas. I personally am not a super huge fan of Christmas decorations. Like I love the tree. I love decorating the tree and the garland and stuff. But to me, Halloween is just so much more fun. So, anyways, girl after my own heart. Also, horror movie lover. Me too, girl. I love it. In the morning, at night, at 2 a.m. because who doesn't want to scare the shit out of themselves at 2 a.m.?
I don't know if y'all know this. I know Esper knows this. I don't know if y'all know this, but I have an entire. Well, I mean, you can kind of see it on my character, but I have an entire sleeve of horror movie characters.
And she loves me so much. She put my favorite horror movie character, Pennywise.
Yeah, I have on this one. So I'm getting 2 sleeves, but on this one particularly, I have. Now, one of them doesn't fit technically, but fuck you if you say he doesn't fit. I will shove a warm pineapple up your ass. Not cut up, with thorns and all.
Oh, it would be like Little Nicky. Have you seen that movie?
Get in the flask.
Yes! Yes! Oh, I'm sorry if that was loud and it hurt your ears, but yes! Anybody in the comments that's like, who's Little Nicky? Go away. Don't even type it. You know, matter of fact, don't even think it. Go in the corner
I
with
did
chat.
That too quick.
You did. But, you did. Go in the fucking corner. No talking. Actually, matter of fact, go in a different corner. You don't get friends.
No, you don't get to talk to Chad. But on this sleeve, I have Michael Myers, Ghostface. So, you know, we were talking about Scream. I have Michael, Ghostface, Pennywise, Freddy, and then Beetlejuice.
So which one doesn't fit?
Beetlejuice.
What? He literally turns into like the scariest serpent thing I've ever seen in my life.
But he doesn't actually murder anyone.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
Technically.
He scares the shit out of people though.
Yeah,
Also,
but
he's
that's
just a
this
fun
one.
character. He goes to whorehouses. Like, come on.
And then I'm
Does
thinking
Ghostface
about
do that?
most likely, yeah.
Okay, you're right. I'll take that back. Does
And then I
Michael
don't
Myers do that?
absolutely.
What? Where is the lore for this?
I made it myself. It is fine. Don't worry about it. Don't
I
worry
mean,
about
okay.
it.
You're a
Michael
reliable
After Dark.
source. No. No.
And the extra thin speedo. Ah.
I can't scrub that image out of my brain.
But yeah, the only thing that I want to do that's not here yet is my hand. I want to do Sam from Trick or Treat.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be so cute.
Yeah.
That would be adorable. And on the other side?
Others. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're gonna do Jason. Jason was actually supposed to be on this one, but Pennywise. We couldn't find a good Jason photo at the time, so we ended up putting Pennywise on this one. Pennywise was supposed to be on the other one. So I have Jason. I believe we're gonna do Pinhead. I'm going to do Twisty. If y'all don't know who Twisty is, Twisty is my favorite. He's from American Horror Story. The carnival one. I don't remember the name of it right now, but go watch that
It's called
season.
Carnival.
Is it? No, it's not.
Girl, don't make me type in these
Fucking
people's ears.
shit, I'm American Horror Story season.
It is called Carnival. A freak
Oh.
show. Ooh.
Freak Show. Okay, yeah.
My bad.
And then I don't know. He wants to do so he has creative control. He wants to do like Chucky. So maybe Chucky. And then I don't know. We'll see.
Let me ponder.
Ooh, I
Good.
cannot believe I didn't. Never mind. I forgot Jigsaw.
How did you?
I know.
Oh,
I just
Pennywise would do so good on that other arm. Cause isn't Twisty a fucking clown too?
Yes.
Oh, he would have fit so nice over there. You could have also put
Right.
I guess Beetlejuice would fit more on that side.
Maybe, yeah. Well, it's kind
fine.
of
It's fine. We don't need to order like that.
set in stone now, you think?
Let's just go back in time.
Oh, but yeah, they all
3
have their
months?
flowers.
Oh, they have. Oh yeah, that's right. You did do flowers.
Yeah, they all have flowers, but one of the flowers has the Deathly Hollows cut out of it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. I love it.
Oh, we digress so hard, but it's great.
What were we talking about?
I think we're talking about a book.
Oh, I was talking about Evie. That's right. Horror movie lover. My bad. How did it derail? Oh, scaring ourselves at 2 a.m. Guys, don't question, okay? Anyways, look, I don't have my life together on the best of days. You signed up for this roller coaster.
Yep.
Okay? You buckled in, you gave your thumbs up, and here we go. Okay? Did the roller coaster get stuck on the little loop-de-loop and now you're upside down? Yes, but you like it. So hush.
I don't
If
think
that
I like
triggered
it.
anybody.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
I don't think I like that.
We're going now. It's fine. It was momentary. It was a quick flash. I gave you some shrooms before you got on the ride. Yes, you consented. No, I didn't drug you. So it was just like a fleeting 2-second type situation, and now we're moving again. All is well. I promise I didn't drug anybody, Elvish. You're being awfully quiet.
Oh yeah, I
I
totally
didn't.
walked away from my microphone. Back.
Oh, see, she hates me, guys. She hates me. Anyways, so Evie was just totally awesome. Evie, Blair, Violet at times. I don't know I don't know what it is about her character, but in the beginning, I couldn't really vibe with Violet.
Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, I couldn't vibe with Evie, but then I ended up loving Evie, and then it was Phoebe that I just.
Okay, so I give Phoebe grace because Phoebe is very scientific, very black and white. So I gave her grace for denying for almost the entire book. Was it frustrating?
Yes.
100%. Did I want to stab a fork
Yes.
into each of my eyeballs?
Oh, no. Yeah, what?
Into each of her eyeballs?
Yes.
Yes. But I understand she's been this way her whole life. And, you know, you've got to be pretty rocked to your core if you've believed one thing your whole life and now it's flipped on its head. So I gave her grace for that. Who I will absolute positively not give grace to is the fucking dumb cunt whore Sally. Okay? Wow. No, no. I really need to stop doing that. I think I did that with Mandy too, like 2 videos ago. Oh, I'm so sorry. I need, don't be so aggressive. Don't be so aggressive.
It's just the way you say
This
wow, that just like.
this is why you have no friends. Goodness Lord. Anyway, pretend y'all didn't hear that part. Sally, look, I didn't mind Sally at first. She only has a couple lines. She's like super excited. She's a tour guide. She's like, oh my gosh, we're in this haunted house. Isn't it great? Isn't it amazing? I have all of these ghost buster things and we can have fun. And I was like, hey, you're taking your job seriously. You get paid for this. Apparently, it's like a hefty price, I'm gonna assume. So, get into it, girl. Way to go. Gotta love somebody who enjoys their craft. But then, obviously, Blair gets singled out in this haunted house. And, oh my god. I'm gonna tell you what I wrote. And you're probably gonna be like, whoa, that's aggressive. It is. I admit. It's less aggressive than how I introduced her. But, I literally wrote, Sally, jump off a cliff. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Do
So,
you guys
Blair.
think that I actually handpicked her to be a part of the podcast? I'm like, yeah, she will do great. Jump off a cliff.
I promise you this was a good choice. I'm not always this aggressive. Please, nobody timestamp anything I said about Mandy. And
all of this is
Please.
all of this is gonna be
It is.
just
They're gonna
clip.
be like, yeah, they're gonna be like, Esper said this about Sally twice. Here's the times that she does it. If those were the most watched parts of this video, I'm just never gonna be rude to anybody ever.
I don't believe that.
We'll see. People can change, Elvish. Okay. I'm sure plenty of your exes, and I'm talking about you people watching this, have told you that, and you believe them. So believe me. Oh, I just came for y'all, and I'm so sorry. I just feel like I'm being judged very harshly right now.
I'm just over here like holding up the white flag.
Anyways, let's pretend I didn't say that. The reason why I want Sally to jump off the cliff is because poor Blair is going through it, man.
Don't fucking think
And
I'm bad.
I promise next episode I will not be aggressive.
Every time like we start an episode now, it's just gonna be aggressive, be aggressive.
No.
Okay,
I
sorry.
will not. I'm calm now. I'm not gonna. Gosh. Okay. Anyways, so Blair's going through it. A guy is already like whispering her name in her ear, all gross like. Maybe it's more like growling her name. I don't remember what the
I think it's
specifics
a growl.
Yeah. Well, poor girl is getting terrorized by something. And they pull out the ghost talk into box. Guys, I don't know what it is. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
I
not an
actually wrote it down.
expert.
It's in my notes. Oh my god. This is what I
Yes.
worked so hard for. Hold on.
Elvish to the rescue. She's got
Oh,
this, I believe.
I have so many pages to flip through. I write a lot of notes. Um,
Why did it sound like you were running?
it's the EMP and the EMF readers.
Those. Okay, so she pulls it out, whichever one does the ghost, whichever one is the ghost speaky box. And they say Blair's name. They say hello, Blair, or just her name twice, several times. I don't know. Super creepy. And this individual says, "You have a new friend, Blair." Rein it in. Rein it in. Ooh, I just gave you my real name. That's fine.
Bleep it.
Yeah, please do. Anyways, I'm sorry. I need to give myself a pep talk because I was about to scream. If
I'm gonna have to
no,
mute my mic. I can't.
it's it. It physically pained me when she said that. You're laughing, but like,
Sorry.
who jokes around about that? You
I
have a new
literally,
friend?
I heard your blood boil.
It did. It did. It did.
You took the
My
biggest
face.
breath of don't say anything bad.
Yep. It was the. It was the. What does that mean? Where she's like, "I'm finding it. It takes you that long. It does. It does." That was me. Yeah,
Well,
gotta find to be nice.
are we also not gonna like mention the fact that when they were pressuring Blair to go up in the attic to talk to him, she was one of them actually pushing her to go? Like, who
Yes.
are you?
Like, one, you're
Who
not
are
in
you?
this friend group. You're nobody. Move. You're not helpful at all. All you did was bring out the what are they called again?
EMP, EMF.
Those. You pull these things out and think you're Jesus or something. Gosh. Um and you're no help. You're just like, "Oh, look, hey Blair, new friend." Why? Why would you do that? Why would you say that? But hello? Even even if you're a non-believer, okay? That's cool. You're a non-believer. Hey, I'm not gonna, you know, bash on you for not believing. That's on you. That's you and your higher power, bro. But you don't ever be like, hey, go play with your new scary unknown friend. Like what? Huh? What? No, no, ma'am. Especially in a house where, matter of fact, see, Sally knows the history of this house. And does she tell this group of this gaggle of gal pals, does she tell them the history? No, no, she doesn't. She must have slipped her mind, I guess. But she doesn't tell them the history, but she knows the history. So, creepy, gross, slimy killer man killed a bunch of people in this house. And then himself. Like, one, the murders. Oh my god, I'm picking stuff up and I'm shaking them. Oh, I'm gonna sit on my hands now. Okay.
I'm doing
So
that
one,
too. I've been doing that for the last 10 minutes.
the murders themselves were gruesome enough. Lots of negative energy. Then he self deletes. Like, you, man, Alt F4s on life after Alt F4ing everybody else. And you
There's
think
gonna be
he's.
one non-computer person. They're gonna be like, "What does that mean?" And then they're gonna be mad, wondering why their computer just crashed.
Yeah,
Specifically,
for
you two.
real. Ooh, okay, don't try Alt F4. It closes everything. Um, but so there's like tons of negative energy, not a single speck of positive energy in this house, and you know this. And you have the audacity to say you have a new friend and laugh? Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Oh, take it. I can't do this no more. Anyways, And then Evie, girl, oh my god, I know I just said that I like her. I know what I said. And I said what I said, and I meant what I said. But I'm just gonna go back on what I said for 2 seconds. I am not as angry at Evie for 2 reasons. Yes, she pushes them to go into this haunted house. Yes, she admits later in the book that she asked the house to show them a good time. Why? She makes questionable decisions. However, through pressuring Blair to go up into the attic where all the creepy stuff is happening in this very creepy house, she also goes with Blair. Okay? Now, let's remember back when I said Blair and Phoebe were childhood best friends. They were in diapers and they were friends, right? So their relationship goes back far. Their bond strong. And Blair turns and looks at Phoebe and says, "Go with me." And what does Phoebe say? Phoebe says, "Nah, I'm good." That's all you, girl. And she's like, "Well, I'm not going in there." And then Phoebe says, "But I need to write a story. This could be a story for me to write."
I hate her
Ma'am.
so much. I hate her so much. Oh, I hate her.
Like, ma'am, all of these friends are questionable, matter
I'm
of
biting
fact.
my tongue.
But most of them get better.
No,
But, like,
most of them, not all of them. Fuck Phoebe. Don't actually
damn.
fuck Phoebe. She doesn't deserve it.
Oh, wow. See, guys, I'm not the only one that can't find the nicety. Um, so yeah, Sally, not a nice person. And then they call her, right, when all of this stuff is going down, and Violet has the fabulous idea. Thank the Jesus for Violet. Okay, she's probably the only one that has actual helpful comments. She uses her brain, and wonderful. But Evie ends up calling Sally because they need to know the history about the house because they haven't been able to find anything. Because, like I said, the police in the town didn't want a whole bunch of people to keep coming to the house because it was getting annoying. So they spun a whole bunch of lies. But she calls Sally, and this girl has the audacity. The audacity. I hope she's white, but I'm gonna say the caucasity to tell Evie, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about. What? The history of the house? I don't.
Oh my
Should I
god.
tell you about that? I don't. I don't want to. It's okay. Like what, ma'am? Hello? You're gonna tell them about the history of the house because Blair got hurt in there, and now she's being haunted. Um, fess up, girly pop. Uh, she can't. She didn't even redeem herself. She was given a chance to redeem herself, and she didn't. Oh, and I'm sweating because I'm so angry.
And I mean, honestly, that's how I feel about Phoebe. I don't like. I understand they've been best friends forever. I understand that. Whatever, you like who you like, I don't care. Even though who you like is a wrong choice. I mean, it's an opinion.
Oh,
Wrong
not the right
opinion, but it's an opinion. I understand that Phoebe is the way that she is, and once you've gone your entire life with a specific outlook one way and out of the ordinary stuff starts to happen, obviously you're going to be very in denial about it, but you constantly keep seeing over and over and over again the same shit happening, people getting hurt, even you getting hurt, and you have the audacity to continuously just berate everyone to the point where they're literally in the living room all together having a sound, legitimate, intellectual conversation about what needs to happen because of this demon, ghost, what the fuck ever. And then Phoebe's like, oh, well, actually, like, bitch, no one fucking asked you. Like, shut the fuck up. Go to your. And then she.
Is this what I sound like? Do I sound this angry?
Do I sound angry right now? I'm sweating.
A little bit. A little bit. But
No.
continue. Tell
And
me.
then
Tell me more.
she has the audacity. Oh my fucking god. She has the audacity to literally storm off like the 2-year-old child that she is, and she slams the door. She thinks that she slams it loud, but I'm pretty sure her weak ass wrist can't even do it. So it's like,
Oh.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
I just.
To add fuel to the fire, don't forget that she decides that her friends are too crazy, so she has to leave the house and go spend, I think it's like 2 nights with her, maybe 3 nights with her boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. And then Blair is like, yeah, like, she's like, oh, well, I can give you a ride back to the house. She's like, so you're not saying? She's like, oh no, I can't stand to be in there anymore. You're a pussy.
And her reasoning is someone has to be
Her
well
reasoning
rested and
is, yeah,
thinking logically.
right. Her reason is like someone needs to like be well rested. I haven't had a single moment of sleep. Okay, Blair slept 2 hours in the past like month. The fuck are you talking about? You dumb broad.
Oh, not the broad. Oh no. It's getting serious,
I'm
ladies and gentlemen.
sweating.
Drink some water. Take a
Oh,
breath.
and then,
Oh.
even though I do love Garrett, don't get me wrong, I do love Garrett, and I'm not gonna blame him. I'm just blaming him for his poor choices in women.
Oh.
He, he's over here, like, kind of patting her, like, kind of like being like, you know what, no, you know what, babe, you know, they're probably right. She gives him the whole like, I have your balls in my purse look. So he's like, yep, nope, nope, guys, this is not a good idea. And she storms off. Like, what is happening?
My goodness. Yeah. And then
I now need a
Phoebe
snack.
finally opens her eyes when she wakes up from her coma.
Yeah, well, she should have stayed there.
Shit. Oh, and y'all thought I was aggressive. I didn't wish anybody to stay in a coma. I was just calling them names. Shit.
I could have done without. And like, whenever she was like, "Let her go," he's like, "Bet." He throws her, and then like, she like hits the wall, and then I'm like, okay, you know, she's got a little boo boo, and then like she starts sliding down, and Blair notes that there's like blood on the wall, so I'm just like, finally,
You didn't.
she survived.
She does survive. They all survive.
Unfortunately.
See, okay.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done. I need a snack.
Did you say unfortunately? Ladies and gentlemen, oh my god.
Phoebe deserved it.
I mean,
I don't like her.
I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from.
Oh, and then what is this whole
like?
What is this whole like? We've been friends forever, so she loved my sister the same. Like, I understand that, but then she was like, she's just as heartbroken as I am because my sister's self-unalived. The fuck? No, she's not. The fuck?
Also,
No?
more fuel to the fire because I kind of like seeing you angry. It's interesting. When Blair first finds, she doesn't find it, but she finds the courage to go through her sister's journal, and she reads it, and she finds out, oh, my sister's been stalked, so maybe it wasn't a self-unaliving, it was something more, you know? And she makes and I will note, it does say this in the book, and this isn't me pulling it out of my ass. This isn't me wishing that she said this, because I don't hate Phoebe the way Elvish hates Phoebe. This is just me being very factual and non-opinionated.
I'm foaming at the mouth.
Oh. But Blair literally thinks, oh, I can't tell Phoebe about this yet, because she'll just say, oh, you read it in the journal and you're experiencing this, so you're just pulling from the journal to make sense of what's going on, and you know, you can't just be saying that your sister didn't delete because of what you read and what you're experiencing because it's not the same. And I was like,
But of
ma'am,
course, you get offended when later on you find out that she's reading from the journal and you're like, oh, you never told me? Oh my god, my feelings are hurt. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You are
and then have
literally a
the
taint knocker. You
audacity.
don't have the right.
Oh, what? You call them taint knockers. You can't call her a taint knocker.
No, I call them taint berries.
Yeah, but then you said you like taint knocker better, remember?
Yes, but it's an insult.
I don't know how y'all should take that, so
Oh my god, just
pretend you didn't hear it.
everyone porch wait, hold on.
What did you say? Was that your ugly laugh? I kind of heard a little bit of it. Oh my god.
Hold on, let me sound it out. Hold on.
Did you say porch fairies? What? I'm so confused. Oh my god. Oh.
I was trying to tell everyone to get their pitchforks ready. Okay. We are professionals. We are professional podcasters. Oh god.
Yes, pitchforks and porch fairies. Same thing.
We're gonna now have merch that says porch fairies.
Oh my goodness. Guys, we know what we're doing.
Oh god. Okay, well, you know what?
Ooh.
I think... Oh my god, I drooled all over my mic. I think y'all need to go read this book.
Wait, where did the drool come from?
That was some violent laughing. It just sort of happened.
Oh no.
Okay, I can't breathe. Alright. I really think you guys... I'm out of breath now. I am too fat for this.
Oh my god.
Okay. I really think y'all should read this book. This book was fantastic. It clearly has us heated. I am sweating and unable to actually make coherent words. So I need chocolate. I just insulted myself and then turned it to chocolate.
You did, but that's okay. Oh man. That was unhinged. I apologize. Oh, wow.
Yeah, just wait until the next video. There is a character in the next video. I've already read the book. Y'all don't get to know what book it is. I've already read it. I don't
Didn't you tell them 2 videos ago what the book was? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Y'all don't know what the book is. My bad. Y'all don't know what the book is. I lied. She didn't tell you.
I'm surprised my mic picked that up.
Damn, I just got shushed. Oof.
I haven't laughed this much in a long time. Okay.
I haven't sweat this profusely just sitting in a long
Honestly.
time.
Honestly.
Oh, goodness.
Oh god. Well, there's a character in the next video that you're gonna hate. You're gonna fucking hate, and oh my god, I'm gonna have so much fun shitting on him with you. But then if you magically end up liking him, we're gonna have to discuss this like partnership.
What? Guys, she's already trying to kick me off the podcast.
We're gonna have like a bright neon green, wacky, waveable, flailing arm, flailing tube man.
Yeah, it was me that was murdered, not Aqua. Oh no. Good thing he's a nurse. Maybe he can come help.
Oh no, I think it'll be fun. I think you're gonna love that book. But holy shit, we need a break.
Do the little technical difficulties cut.
Doo-doo.
Oh no.
Well, unless there's something more you would like to talk about, I think this was a fantastic episode.
I do just want to mention, with all of their horror movie knowledge and their previous, don't forget to say goodbye when we're done with
Oh
this
my
fucking
god.
Ouija board. Do they say goodbye, ladies and gentlemen? I will let you.
No.
Well,
Sorry.
it's okay. I was gonna say I was gonna let y'all, figure that out for yourselves. It's not
I
that
was
hard,
so
but
upset.
it's okay. Be upset. I was upset too. I was waiting, and they kept and I don't know if this is just because I don't, I don't know. I don't know if they ever explicitly say that you can't take your hand off the planchette. Ooh, I said that without stuttering. Look at me go.
Actually, someone that says it right. Let's go.
Thank you, thank you. So I don't know if it's explicitly said that you can't do that, but I'm pretty sure in some horror movies they're like, don't remove your hand at all. It's bad because
Oh
you
my
break
god.
the circle.
They literally
Right?
get up and walk away like 10 times.
Yes, they touch it, let it go. Touch it, let it go. Touch it, let it. It's like, what? No amount of goodbyes is gonna fix this now. Like, good Lord above. You ladies watch horror movies, especially Evie. Okay, let's just point this out real quick. Like, that's your whole personality, horror movies and Halloween. I'm sorry if it's more than that, but the book really just touches a lot on the horror movies and the Halloween and stuff. But
It's worth.
it is. So that's your whole personality, and you don't say goodbye? And tell me why. You can't remember in the moment to say goodbye, but y'all move houses, and all of a sudden someone's like, we forgot to say goodbye. Ma'am, what? How much time has passed? Like, days, maybe?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I mean, to find a new house, that has to be at least a month.
yeah. Yeah. Like, and all of the healing that has to happen. Also, so explain this to me. Am I wrong or am I right in saying that Xavier had a fucking axe?
Yes.
Okay,
He
and he
did the whole
puts that
shining
axe. Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. And he puts that axe through Violet's head. No?
Yes. And
So how does she survive?
uh, so
How
okay,
did
that's
I
what I'm
don't
thinking. But like, I'm wondering if he used like the hilt of it and like smacked her. But it literally explicitly says he put the axe through her head.
I'm going back. I have the PDF. I didn't say that. I'm not pirating books.
I guess I should also say I bought a Kindle, and it should be here tomorrow. It just shipped out.
That's awesome. What chapter is it that he's going to town?
42 or 43.
Okay, what chapter am I on? What is this? Please tell me. Hello? 42. Oh, he's in the wall. Yes, yes, yes. He has an axe, says Violet. Very astute. Thank you, Violet. And then he says, come here, Blair. Very horror movie-esque. Love it, love it. Very, here's Johnny. Evie gets stabbed. How does she survive this stab wound?
I mean,
It's
it was
in her
only
abdomen.
like through her. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then.
I don't see how Phoebe survived, and that's not like with the hay. I don't see how Phoebe and Violet survived.
Okay, so Violet has a baseball bat. She attacks him, lifts it. Oh, because she's going to go get Evie. You don't have a choice. Oh, Xavier brings the back of his axe down on Violet's head. Okay.
So yeah.
So it wasn't the sharp part. I guess I just didn't read the back. And
I know, I
just
didn't
read
read the back either.
Xavier brings his axe down on Violet's head. I'm sorry, Violet. What is happening? And then what happens to Phoebe? I forget.
She gets
He's holding a
thrown
knife
up
to her
against the wall.
neck. Phoebe's crying. Of course she is. Phoebe's crying. She is. It's okay, Phoebes. Don't call her Phoebes. Phoebes is only for Phoebe and friends because she actually makes logical sense.
But she's like, I'll go with you and I'll be the perfect wife for you. Just let her go. And he's like, bet. And he throws her. She knocks herself out against the wall and like falls to the floor.
Oh yeah, she goes flying. And then boom, smack.
Noob. You do know re.
Yeah. Also, controversial opinion. And fiance, if you're watching this, no, you're not. Don't get any ideas. And you're probably gonna tell me, no, you wouldn't. But hush, let me think I would. Well, no, yeah, okay. So outside of finding out that Xavier murdered my sister, right? Honestly, the way that he treated Blair, I mean, sold.
Yeah, 1000%.
I would
Cinnamon
I would be
roll.
the perfect wife for you.
Cinnamon
Point
roll.
blank, period, you know?
Until he goes crazy, of course, because then at that point I'll take Zane Meadows or like Malachi any day.
To be fair, he only went crazy because she found out about it. If she never found out about it, I'm sure it would have just been peaches and roses the whole time.
Well, I mean,
peaches and roses. Whatever. I don't know at this point. What is it? Peaches and cream and what goes with roses?
I have no idea actually.
Oh my god. Whatever. Rainbows and sunshine is actually what I meant, but
That's fitting.
it is. I would be a little miffed by the fact. Why am I using miffed and tiff and tizzy and oh my god? But I would be miffed finding out that Sunshine was a nickname that he used for my sister too. Like, man,
Yeah.
give me something
No.
original, please.
That's what she says too. Like, yeah.
Also, it's a little creepy. Like, do you think I'm my sister or like what's the connection here? But yeah, anyways, that's the last thing I had to talk about because I didn't know how she survived until I went back and read it because obviously I don't know how to read.
Yeah, I don't know how any of them survived except for Blair, but I guess it's different than I can see where the author was going. She didn't want it to be the typical slasher, so I get it, but
Yeah, but simply from blood loss on just Evie's side, like, wouldn't she have died? Because
probably.
I'm gonna assume the scuffle between Blair and Xavier took a bit, and she was the first one to get injured, so.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, just I would love it, and I'm sure Esper feels the same. We would love it if you would read this book, or if you have read this book, like by all means, like leave comments down below. I even want to try and figure out a way of putting it on TikTok because I need to talk about this book. Like I'm not done talking about this book. Like outside of this, we need more, but like read the book, leave comments down below. If we missed anything, let us know. If you agree and hate Phoebe and Allie, agree or disagree. And if you disagree, again, that's an opinion.
Not the right one.
Right? But it's an opinion nonetheless. But yeah.
Yep. Opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one.
Yeah. I need a drink after this.
Like a stiff drink?
Yeah.
Same. We need to do that when we're like, if we obviously not now because I don't want people to think we're drunks or something. But later, once people settle in, we should do that when there's very stressful individuals.
Oh my god, yeah, because we do one episode on Wednesdays, one episode's on Friday, so it could be like an introduction to the weekend. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I'm so smart.
But yeah. Please read this book. Please, it's so great. But Everyone, have a good night. Except for all the people in timeout, y'all are gonna stay there. You don't get food tonight. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just lay on each other. I don't care. I don't
No,
care.
y'all don't get to feel the warmth of another person's body. No, I refuse to give you that luxury.
Don't touch my chair, please. It's perfectly conformed to my butt.
What?
I have ass markings in here. If another human messes that up, I'm coming for you.
Look, mine doesn't have ass markings yet. But don't touch my chair, okay? I don't want your grimy hands all over my stuff.
Okay, boy.
Bye.